All right, so I do see someone is on here. Vanessa, is that you? If it is, there is a chat section on the side. If you could just type in there and let me know that you are indeed on. We will get started in just a few seconds. So like I said, there is a chat section over on the side. So that's where you guys can put in questions if you have any, if you have any comments. Oh, perfect. Hey, girl. All right, so there's a couple things that we could do. I can get started now, or we can wait for more people to trickle on. It is up to you. It's your preference. And there is a 20-second delay, so just keep that in mind that if I don't get to your questions instantly, it's because I haven't seen them yet. All right, so right now I see that there are 5 on. So if we are waiting on a few more, I can totally wait, or we can get started. It's up to you, and they can join at any time. Okay, we'll just wait a couple more minutes, and then we'll get started. And then, so Suzanne says hi. So hi, Suzanne. At any point in this, if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I will get to them. We do have a few things we're gonna go over today that I have scheduled, but at any point we can explain stuff, or if you have questions, we can go over them. 17 people, okay. So we can wait, that's totally fine. I don't mind waiting. If you want, we can talk about anything, or we can just wait. It's up to you. I'm flexible either way. Okay, and we have 17 people coming, all right. And then I'm gonna put hey there. So Christy says hi. And then Vanessa, real quick, I'm gonna put your link in the chat section, your referral link, so that people can see that and copy that to use it, if that's okay with you. Oh, and just for everyone's knowledge, my name is Christina, and I have worked with iTOVi for a few months now, so I am part of the iTOVi family. So if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and call me Christina. All right, and there's the link to go, and if you want to sign up through Vanessa, that is her exclusive link. All right, so we have 7 people on. We're just gonna wait a few more minutes, just for a few more people to trickle on, because we're just 2 minutes over, so it's we really just barely started, so. So Vanessa asks if you guys will have access to this afterwards. Yes, so let me explain how this works. We're gonna do this live, so you can join us live, or afterwards you'll still be able to use the link that I sent you, Vanessa, so you can still share that afterwards, and people can watch it after the fact. So yes, you'll have access to it, and you can post it whenever you want. All right, so I'm gonna get started. We're not gonna go over anything yet. I'm just gonna get through the basic stuff. And then, yeah, so if you guys have any questions, we'll wait just a little bit while I get everything started. And then hopefully some more people will be able to trickle in. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started then. All right, so first off, my name is Christina. I'm part of the iTOVi family. I want to thank Vanessa for putting this on. I am so excited to talk to you guys today. We've got a lot of great things to talk about today, and I can't wait to answer your guys' questions. So give me one second, I'm just gonna read this comment that I just went through. So if someone wants to know if she can ask questions out, you can ask whenever you want. I may actually get to it, so I'll go over what we're going to talk about first, and then if you have any questions, just ask them then. So, all right, so today we are going to go over the app. I'm going to show you guys how it looks, how it works, some hidden features in the back, as well as we're going to go over pricing, and we're going to go over how referrals work. And then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys some stats for you guys to take home, as well as some cool information for you guys to take home as well. And through any of this, if you guys have any questions, if there's any questions about topics I brought up, or if I skip anything you guys want me to talk about, again, just put it in the chat section and I will get to them. Let's go ahead and get started then. So what we're going to talk about today a little bit is stats. So iTOVi was first launched in 2015. And since then, we are now over 1 million scans. And to put that into perspective for you guys, this month alone, we've got over 92,000 scans just for this month alone. And we're ramping up towards the end, but it just keeps growing basically. So that number just keeps getting more and more each month. Another thing that we have is we do have over 800 people that have 5 or more referrals on their accounts, and we'll talk a little bit about how referrals work and why they're so great, but that's just something for you guys to think about and to kind of keep in your mind for now. All right, so one of the main reasons why people like iTOVi the most is for its ability to help everyone in their personal lives. The iTOVi is great for helping you guys make better choices, as well as being more in tune on what to do with certain products. A byproduct of that is that it makes it a really great tool for your businesses. A lot of times we're very passionate about, our product, essential oils, with Young Living and everything, and we're very passionate, but it's that initial contact that becomes a little awkward or uncomfortable. And the iTOVi is really great because it allows you to basically approach people in a non-threatening way, just to ask them simply, would you like to scan? And that's usually intriguing enough for people to actually want to do it without even knowing what they're scanning for, ironically enough. And then once they scan, it gives them a personal report on how they did. And that usually helps make it a little bit more personal with selling. And that's one of the big reasons why people like it. Another great thing that people like about it is that it's mobile and that it's very tiny. So the scanner is it fits in your hand. It's a little bit bigger than a fun-sized candy bar, which makes it really great to put in your purse and carry around. And it just connects directly to your phone via Bluetooth, which makes it really easy to use. A lot of people do like the app. It's very easy to use. Another great thing that people like about it is that when you're using it, there's a lot of features in it that allows you to send people the report and connect to them directly. And I will show you guys later how to do that when we go over the app. There's a place where you guys can see that. So we'll go over that in a little bit later on in this. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and take a look at the app so you guys can see what it looks like. All right, so this is what the app looks like. Let me turn my light down so you guys can actually see. All right, so that's what the app looks like. And then I'm going to take you guys through some of the back-end settings, which have really great things a lot of people don't know about. So what we're going to do is, if you see right here at the very top where it says menu, let's go ahead and click on that. And we're going to go to the bottom one, which is settings. All right, and this here has a lot of cool stuff in it. So you'll notice at the very top it has iTOVi scanner. We're going to go ahead and click on that. All right, here it's got your MAC ID, which is the device on or the cool number on your iTOVi. And then it also has your battery status and a great place where you can test your battery or test your connection. And I'll show you how that works. So you're gonna just click the bottom one right here and it's gonna vibrate and light up. And that's just to show you that it is connected. So if you're ever curious, I wonder if it's connected, so you can just quickly test it. All right, so let's go back to settings. All right, another great thing in this portion right here is right below the first one, it says products. We're gonna go ahead and click on that. Okay, so this is a great place where, let's say you've got a product that you can't scan for. Let's say they're out of stock, or you can't get in your region, or it's just not in season. You can go ahead and tag it like that. So just tap it and it won't scan. So this allows you to customize what you scan for every client. And the way it works is you tap it, and then if you ever want to be able to scan for it again, you just tap it again and it undeselects it. So that's really great. A lot of people like to use that, especially people that are in different regions, or if there's a product they don't ever want to sell, it's great to do it that way. All right, let's go ahead and check out the other thing I wanted to show you guys. So you'll notice in the middle where it says number of products. And if you click on it, it gives you a couple of settings on the bottom here, if it'll allow me. There we go, down here on the bottom. So you can scan for 3, 5, 7, or 10 products. Generally, we recommend scanning for 5 or 7, and the reason why is because it's the perfect amount of number to give enough information without overwhelming people. Personally, I do about 7 or 5. It's usually about 7. I like to have a little more than a little less for me. But it's really great because it gives you enough information to give you an idea without overwhelming the person. So that way, if you have 10, it's sometimes a little overwhelming. 3 is just generally not enough, but in between, it's kind of a good number, good rule to go by. So that's usually great. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a scan today. And I'm going to show you how that looks. All right. All right, so here you'll notice you can either do a new client or an existing client, and I'll show you what the new client looks like. So this here, you can put in the first 4 fields are required, and then after that, it's all just if you want to put it in. So it requires their first and last name, their phone number, and their email, as well as their gender. Now, the email that they put in, you want to make sure that it's an accurate one, and the reason why is because that's where you're going to send them the report afterwards. So I'm already in the system, so I'm actually going to go to my profile, and we are going to scan me. And if I'm going too fast, guys, you just let me know, okay? Alrighty. Alrighty here. All right, so at the very bottom where it says new scan, we're gonna click that. It's gonna ask you what you wanna scan for. Now you can select if you wanna do essential oils, weight management, other products, or starter kits. So that's your decision. I usually just do all just because I like to open up for me, but it just depends on what you wanna do. Then you push start scan. Okay, it does vibrate, so that tells me that it's on. And then this is the little video that plays, and you can decide if you want to have the video play or not. I generally like to because it has a lot of information on it, but it's up to you. So we're letting that scan, and while it scans, I'm actually going to explain to you guys how the scanner works. So right now, the scanner is actually sending natural frequencies through my body, and because all the essential oils and all of the products with Young Living have a frequency signature. It takes all those signatures and it actually sends it through my body. And then after it sends it through my body, it sends me a report that shows all of the products with the product reactions that I had the best to. So it's almost done, and I'm going to show you guys what the report looks like. And that's just going to take one more second. All right, it vibrates, that tells me it's done. All right, so this is what the report looks like. You'll notice there's a pie chart at the top, and then below that it has all these products that it recommends. And you'll notice at the top it's got the biggest part in the pie chart is the top product, and then the next one's the second largest, and it just goes on from there. The top one is the one that was the one that solved the most bile points that were off for me, and so that one's the best recommended one for me, basically. And then it just goes down from there. And then you'll also notice if you click on them, it has more descriptions inside of it, so you can actually read more into it. So that's really great. And then now I'm going to show you guys how to actually share the reports. So let's say I just scanned and I want to send this to whoever I scanned. At the very top right here where it says share, you're just going to click that. It's going to ask if you want to send it to them as a text message or as an email, and then you can decide either way how you want to send it. I generally like email, but it's up to you guys. All right, are there any questions on how that works, how you scan? Any questions on how the scanner works, how all that works? And just to let you guys know, the technology that we use for the scanner is called bioimpedance. It's similar to that of a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. And a lot of people like to know that just because they always are curious how it works. But yeah, so all it does is it sends frequencies through my body and then just measures how my body reacted to them. All right, just give me one second, we've got a question. Okay, so Amy wants to know how I held it. So the way it works is these little metal prongs at the top just need to have skin contact. So I usually just put it facing into my palm and then wrapping my hands around it. And you don't need to squeeze it hard or anything, you just need to make sure that there's contact. And then another person, so Vanessa wants to know how you scan babies and how you scan small children. All right, so This is where it gets tricky because babies like to squirm. So yeah, you generally wouldn't want to put it on their hands. What we usually recommend is either putting it on their tummy, or you can even put it on like their upper thigh or any place like their back, anywhere where there's skin contact where you can actually just hold it down on them. And then that way it'll just get a good enough contact without getting a misread. And the other thing is you can't really hold the baby because it would be scanning both of you. So we generally recommend that you lay them down and then just scan them like that. And then let's see, Chrissy wants to know, will we get the scan report too? Receive, okay, so Chrissy wants to know if you get the report. You do not get the report, but the great thing is it saves it in your app actually. And I'll show you guys how to see where those are located. So just give me 1 second and I'll actually pull that up for you guys. Alrighty, and okay, so we're gonna go back to menu. Okay, so we're gonna start here and you'll notice that there's 2 different categories. There's new and there's existing clients. So all of the scans that you've done in the past will be in existing clients. So you'll click on it and you'll scroll through to the person you want to, sorry, come on. There we go. All right, so you'll just scan through and whoever you want to, whose report you want to look at. So we'll go to my report so we can take a look. So there I am. And then at the very top, it says previous scans. We'll click on that. And those are all the scans that I've done. And you can actually keep these. You can send them whenever you want. And these are really great if you're using them on yourself or on your family because you can keep records as well as, like you said before, clients. You can also look into those as well. Alrighty. And then, is there any other questions you guys have about the scanner, how it works or anything like that? And let's see. All right, so the cleanup, you really don't generally, so I'm sorry. So Chrissy wants to know what the cleanup is for these. So generally we recommend, you can take a slightly damp cloth and wash off the, the top where the little prongs are. We usually recommend that you have people wash their hands before they scan, just because it is a little bit more accurate. But you don't want to get these too wet because there are electronic stuff inside of it. But you can take a moist cloth and just wipe it off. So that also works. Give me 1 second. I'm just reading guys' comments. So just give me 1 second here. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. Christy's question. That's just how we recommend cleaning it up, is just wiping it down with a moist cloth. You can use a baby wipe. I usually keep some in my purse so I can just wipe it down real quick because it does sometimes get a little gross. And then someone actually asked about how mine looks fancy. I actually painted mine. This isn't generally what they look like. They're all white with just iTOVi on it, but I painted mine. So you can paint them as long as you don't put anything on any of these metal prongs here. I actually covered mine in painter's tape to make sure I didn't get any on them. So you can paint them. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna move on to pricing now. And if you guys have any questions about what we talked about before, just put them in there. We can always go back, but we're gonna move on to pricing. So pricing gets a little tricky just to explain, but I'm gonna try my best just to kind of get through as well as I can. So if you have any questions or if it's not clear, just let me know, okay? Alrighty, so the way it works when you buy an iTOVi is there's 2 options. You can either do the choice, which is where you buy it all out, or you can do the basic. And the basic is where you have month-to-month plan. So with the choice, it is $800, and that is just a one-time fee, and then you own the scanner and you get access to the app, and that you never have to pay anything else. And then the basic, the way it works is there is a $10 charge up front, and that's just for the scanner. And then month to month, it's $40 a month. And then the referral plan is actually where it comes in hand with this. So the referral plan, if you get 1 referral after buying your iTOVi, as soon as you get 1 referral, we'll actually lower your month-to-month plan down from $40 to $30 a month. And that goes down and it never goes back up. So let's say you just get 1 referral, it'll stay down at that $30 price no matter what. And then let's say you get 4 more people, so that's 5 referrals total. We'll actually drop your month-to-month plan down from $30 to $10 a month, and that stays there. It never goes back. And then the great thing is every referral after that, after your 5th referral, will actually send you a $50 check. And like I said before, we have over 800 people that are actively getting, well over 5. So it's really easy to do, and a lot of it is just bringing it up and talking with people. But that's just how the referral plan works. Are there any questions on how the pricing works or how the referral plan works? Just let me know. And then also with the choice plan, where you buy it all out for the $800, after you buy your iTOVi, you'll just get $50 every referral. So that the referral plan starts instantly after you buy it. All right, and then Chrissy wants to know, how do updates work? So the way that updates work with the app is it'll just be through the App Store, and we'll usually end up sending you an email before, as well as it will send you a notification beforehand. And we do have an update coming out fairly soon. I'm not sure when, but you'll know about that. We'll let you know via email, as well as the App Store will remind you to update your app. So, and those don't change your prices. So that keeps everything at the same thing. We're not going to charge anything different. It's just updating the software. Awesome. Any other questions about how that stuff works? If you have any, let me know. And then just so you guys do know, when signing up, you can use the referral link, the referral link for Vanessa I put into the chat section. And then I think Vanessa also does have, we have a promo going on, so you can talk to her about that to get the referral code as well as the details on it. But that's exclusively through Vanessa, so you can talk to her about that. Okay, and so someone asks about if the device malfunctions or stops working. If it malfunctions, it could be a couple of things, and that's where you would call into the tech support, and they could talk to you about what we can do. If it is a hardware or a software issue, we usually have ways of fixing it. Hardware, there may be a point where we'd have to talk to you about getting it replaced, and depending on if you bought, there is a plan where you buy like an insurance plan with it, or if not, there might just be a small fee. So it just depends on how it works for you, but that's something you could always call in and talk to them when that happens, into the tech support. All right, and then Vanessa did say that the special promo is in your guys' events pages. So definitely go take a look at that. That is exclusively through Vanessa. It's an amazing promo we're gonna be able to do with her, and it ends tomorrow at midnight. So get to that as soon as you can, because it will be gone and it will not be coming back. So try and get it as quickly as you guys can. Alrighty, so is there any other questions you guys have for me about pricing or anything else that I can help you guys out with? There's a few more things we do want to talk about today before I wrap up, but if there are any questions, just let me know. And I will move on to the next portion, but if there's any questions, just let me know, guys, okay? All right, so the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is we are on Facebook. We are also on Instagram and Twitter, so go ahead and follow us and hit us up. And the reason why is because we do go to events. So if there's ever any events that we're going to go for Young Living, we will announce it there. That way you guys can know to come and say hi to us, as well as if there are ever any events that you think that we should go to, that is where you guys would go and just leave us a message saying, hey, I think you guys should go to this Young Living event, or even if it's just an essential oils event or any event that you think we should go to, that's where you guys could get in contact with us, and we would love to go. We just need to know when they are, that's all. As well as we do have our own website, the iTOVi.com website, and that has a lot of great stuff on it. It's got information about events, as well as more in depth about how the products work, like our iTOVi scanner works, as well as if you guys have any questions, there's a Q&A there. Tons of good stuff. Go ahead and look at that as well. Give me one second. I'm just going to read your guys' comments. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Dee wants to know, how many referrals can you get? There's really no limit. I mean, you can get as many as you want. We have people that have, I think, like over 15 or 20. Like, there's really no, if you want to keep referring people, we'll be happy to work with you, yeah. All right, and then Chrissy wants to know, say in 2 years the company goes out of better model. Okay, so if we do upgrade the scanner. I don't know if we have any scanners coming out, any new ones at least. If we do that, maybe you have to pay like the price for the scanner itself. But that's something that we'd probably have to talk about when the time comes, because we don't have anything coming out yet. I will ask, and if we do have any updates on that, I can go ahead and let Vanessa know, and she can let you know, Dee Dee. But right now, I think it's just you'd have to pay the difference for the new scanner. And as like this one was $10, the one we have is $10, so I can't imagine it, being too much. So, okay, and so Christy wants to know, does it measure biomarkers? It does measure biomarkers, and let me see how I can explain that to you guys. So it measures 273 biomarkers. And that's something that we're actually going to be taking that portion off of the app when we come with the new one, but it still will. It just won't say how many it was out of range, because it kind of confuses people when you say you've got X amount of biopoints out of range. It makes people feel scared, even though it's really not a scary thing. It's just how your body is. But it does. Alrighty, and then another person commented. Give me 1 second. Dee Dee wants to know. Okay, so Dee Dee wants to know if you get $50 every referral. Yes, every referral you make, we will give you $50. I know, it sounds too good to be true, but that is how it works. And that just keeps going. And a lot of times, especially if we have someone who gets a lot of referrals, we'll actually sometimes contact you and be like, hey, way to go. Is there anything we can do to help? Because this is a great product. We want to make sure we get as many people to be able to use it as possible. We want to make sure it's a great product. We want to make sure that it's helping people. And when we find people that are able to sell it and be able to help educate people about it, we really do want to work with you and to make sure that it's worthwhile for both parties. All right, and then another question I have from Chrissy is, does the report give you a comprehensive list of all the oils your body is needing? So I'll show you how it looks, actually, on how the oils look on the list. Give me 1 second. It does, and I'll show you what that looks like, just so we can get a better idea. All right, so here it shows the first one, which was, let's see, the first one is Ravenstacera. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but the next one is Longevity. The next one I recommended was the Highest Potential. So those are the generic names that we put in for it. We're not allowed to use Young Living Oil actual titles. A lot of them are just the generic ones that are on the bottle. So for instance, some of them are like Restful Blend, so we can't use the actual word for it. We can only use the generic term for it. But yeah, so that is the breakdown of how it looks, and it just from the very top, this is one that solves the most biopoints. Then this one's the one that solves the second most biopoints, and then it just goes on from there. Alrighty, did that answer your question, Christy? I hope that did. If it didn't, let me know and I can try again and explain it. But it does give you a comprehensive list. It doesn't tell you why it's giving it to you. It just tells you that it resolves biopoints. But that's just because we don't know why. All we know is that it resolved biopoints. All right, and then yeah, Vanessa says that it does give a brief explanation of the oils and how to use them. Yes, so it tells you like what the oil is used for, sometimes it'll tell you like what emotional stuff it's used for, how to use it, where it originated, things like that. So it does explain, but for the most part, it is up to you guys to figure out how to use it. That's not, we do not do that. We don't tell you how to use them, we just tell you what they're used for. I don't know if that explains it a little bit better, but yes. Awesome. Are there any other questions you guys have for me? If so, let me know. I'm going to look over my notes and make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. But yeah, I don't see any others. The only thing I want to tell you guys is we do public webinars on our Facebook page. So if you guys did ever want to go over there and look at those we go over a lot of different kinds of topics, from technology to what to expect from us in the future. We've done some on how to get better engagement on Instagram, to how to do in-person selling, and we do a lot of different stuff on that web page. So go ahead and check it out. It's on our Facebook. It's in our videos. So there's a lot of old ones there, and you guys are more than welcome to watch those and to comment and whatever you guys want to do. But we do those about once a week. And so those are really great to go and take a look at. Yeah, so Christy was surprised that we're not allowed to use the names. Yeah, so if for copyright issues, we're not allowed to use their particular names. But generally speaking, like it's pretty obvious. Like some of them will be like lavender. We can use lavender, but a lot of them, like for their special blends, we can't use their terms, which is fine because they'll have a second word. So like you'll notice like on some of them will be like the product will have its name, and then below it'll be like restful blend, and that's what we use as restful blend or things like that. Alrighty. All right, I've got one more question. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so some of them we can. So sorry, Vanessa said that some of the scans do have the names of the oils on them. Some of them do, and some of them don't. Generally, it depends on the actual oil. So some of them will have like restful blend, and some of them will have the actual blend name. It just depends if it's copyrighted and things like that. So that's generally how that works. But we do try and keep it up to date and things like that. Are there any other questions you guys have for me? All right, and I was just sorry, I was just letting know that all of the oils for Young Living are up to date, so those are all good. Oh, great. Okay, so Vanessa did scan and she got, let's see, Egyptian Gold, Hope, Gen Lime, Present Time. That's awesome. I love scanning because I get ones that I've never heard about before, and I'm like, what is that? What does that do? And I like to read into it and see what it does and why it recommended it for me. So I do love using the scanner, and I do love using the product. So I do use both in my actual life. So I feel I love it. Alrighty, is there any other questions you guys have for me? Oh wait, give me 1 second. So Didi wants to know, how do you know which one it refers to? So on the bottle, and you guys can look this up online through Young Living, but on the bottle, it'll have two different names for each oils. So one will be like restful blend and the other will be the actual blend. So that's how you'll look it up, is you'll just look up, and it'll get to the point where you'll actually kind of know which ones are which, just because it'll just keep coming up and it'll be in your guys' Young Living place. So you can look them up that way. As well as if you ever want to keep like a cheat sheet. I have a cheat sheet at home where I just list like, okay, restful blend equals this, or you know what I mean? So that's generally how I do it. Okay, so someone wants to know how frequently you can scan. To be honest, you can scan as often as you want. We generally don't recommend scanning every single day though, because there's no benefit to it. Your body changes so often that it won't be very accurate if you're scanning every single day. It depends on how you're taking the oil, so like topically or orally. So if you're taking it in your body, it does, obviously take longer for your body to take everything in. So we generally recommend every few days scanning. I typically scan, I want to say once a week. I've heard of people scanning more than that, but it's up to you. It just depends on what you feel is best. But generally, we don't say scan every day. Awesome. Any other questions you guys have for me? I love questions. I feel like I can answer questions all day. And there is a 20-second delay on the chat function. So if I don't get to it like instantly, it's just because I haven't seen it yet. All right, I'm not seeing any questions, but I am going to wait a few minutes just because there is that lag. So I want to make sure I get to all of your guys' questions. While we wait, I do want to again thank Vanessa for putting this on. I am so grateful to be able to work for a company like iTOVi. I love being part of the iTOVi family, and I love being able to work with you guys and answer you guys' questions and help educate you guys on how the product works. And if you guys ever have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask Vanessa, and she can get to me, as well as we've got our Facebook page. You can ask questions there. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, just ask us, and we are more than happy to help you guys out. All right, I have one more question. Let's see. Yes. So Vanessa said you guys can always post your questions on the group, so the event group. So yeah, post it there. And I've had an amazing time today. So if you guys have any questions at all, just get to her and she can help you guys out. But yeah, so I've had an amazing time. You guys have an amazing day, or sorry, an amazing evening. And then don't forget to go ahead and talk to Vanessa or go to your guys' event page to check out the promo we're doing and to sign up through Vanessa's link, because that will be gone soon. It's gone tomorrow at midnight. So get it while you guys can. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.